rise in criminalizing pregnant people during a Roe era, new data shows. This is a retrospective study looking at the time between 2006 and the end of Roe v. Wade in last year, when the Dobbs decision was passed and the Supreme Court allowed states to outlaw abortion. So this was all during the time that abortion was legal under the strictures of Roe v. Wade. And just some remarkable stories here. In 2020, Oklahoma police, this is by Carter Sherman, by the way, over at The Guardian. In 2020, Oklahoma police arrested a 19-year-old woman who had a miscarriage in her second trimester of pregnancy. Alleging that she had used meth, police charged her with first-degree manslaughter of the fetus, which, by the way, could not have survived outside the womb at that point in time. A medical examiner had identified 5 other possible reasons that could have led to the miscarriage, but they went with the meth. She was convicted and sentenced to 4 years in state prison. And she decided not to appeal because she had been told by the prosecutors that if she appealed, she could face a life sentence for murder. He notes almost 85% of the cases in the report involve people who are classified as indigent, which typically means that they couldn't afford an attorney. This suggests that poor people make up the bulk of pregnancy criminalization cases. There were over 1,400 that they identified during that period from 2006 to 2022. Most of them took place in a handful of states. 47% of all the cases, 649 cases, 47% of all the cases took place just in Alabama. 80% of all the cases took place in Alabama, South Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Mississippi. All red states. Alabama, South Carolina, and Oklahoma have expanded the legal meaning of, quote, child to include fetuses in their criminal law. This is one step short of the whole personhood thing. It's at least 11 states have added fetal personhood into their state constitutions or laws, while another 5 states have added fetal personhood specifically into their criminal codes. 9 out of 10 cases documented in the report involved allegations of using drugs while pregnant. For example, in 2019, a 35-year-old Oklahoman woman gave birth to a healthy baby girl whose first poop tested positive for marijuana, according to the report. Police arrested the woman and charged her with felony child abuse, even though she not only possessed a medical marijuana card, which meant that she could legally use marijuana in Oklahoma, but had also confirmed with her doctor that she could use marijuana while pregnant. They arrested her anyway and charged her with criminal endangerment of this child. The report says the fact that pregnancy criminalization overwhelmingly involves substance use allegations cannot be considered in a vacuum. Carefully constructed, unbiased scientific research has not found that exposure to illegal drugs are uniquely harmful, nor do they cause abortions, miscarriages, or stillbirths. And they're saying that this is really a function of harmful racial stereotypes and broader cultural trends in drug prosecution and the so-called war on drugs. In 2018, a pregnant mother of 2 relapsed with cocaine and meth while participating in a Michigan drug court program. The judge sentenced the woman to 24 months in custody, arguing that incarcerating her for the rest of her pregnancy would help the child avoid, quote, a lifetime of permanent disability. Amazing. It's just amazing. It is, you wonder, why are young people saying, no, I don't want to get pregnant, I don't want to have babies. It's getting more and more dangerous to be pregnant in America, not just because of the anti-abortion. I mean, these were all cases that happened before the Dobbs decision.